Welcome back. It's breakfast time. I love breakfast time when everyone is home. You can put a lot of stuff together. We're going to start off with butter swim biscuits. We're going to move on to sausage gravy to pour over those delicious biscuits. Then we're going to fry up a couple of eggs to go with it. Y'all ready? Get in the kitchen. I am using my volume 3 cookbook for the butter swim biscuits, so we're going to start with that. This recipe calls for buttermilk. If you don't have buttermilk, you can make your own really quickly. You're going to need a 2-cup measuring tool. Add in 2 tablespoons of lemon juice, or you can add in 2 tablespoons of your white vinegar. 1, 2. And then what we're going to do is fill it up with milk to the 2-cup line. Give it a stir. We're going to set this aside for 5 minutes. Now that's perfect to get started on the biscuit dough. Now for this recipe you can use an 8x8 or a 9x9 baking dish. You're going to take 1 stick of butter, which is half a cup. We're going to place it in the baking dish. Just like that. I've got my oven preheating at 450 degrees, and we're going to place the butter in the baking dish into the oven to allow it to melt. We're going to start putting all of the dry ingredients into a large mixing bowl. We're going to start with 2.5 cups of all-purpose flour. Now you want to make sure that it is all-purpose flour. We're just going to dig deep with our measuring tool, shake it off, and we're going to add it. To that, we're going to add 4 teaspoons of white granulated sugar. 3 and 4. Now, since this is an all-purpose flour that we're using, we're going to need to add some kind of leavening to it. So we're going to add in 4 teaspoons of baking powder. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Ooh, baking season is coming. I'm almost out. Need to get more. Then we're going to add in 2 teaspoons of salt. We're going to whisk this together, kind of aerate that flour. Now we're going to add in the buttermilk. We're going to stir it in. We're going to set this aside. We're going to bring our melted butter over. All right, be careful with your dish. Make sure you're holding it with a towel. We're going to take a basting brush and just kind of pull the butter up to the sides. That'll keep the biscuits from sticking. This is swim in butter biscuits. Now we're going to take our dough that we just made. We're going to place it into our baking dish. We're going to get a spatula to help get the rest of that out. And then we're going to smooth it out evenly. Boom. Now what I'm doing is just cutting lines through the biscuit dough. That way you can see the pre-cut lines when they come out, and you'll know where to cut the biscuits. We're going to place this in the same preheated oven at 450 degrees for 20 to 25 minutes until the biscuits are cooked through. You'll know, take a toothpick and put it through the biscuit and it should come out clean or have a little bit of crumb on it. While the biscuits are cooking, we're going to go ahead and make that sausage gravy. Doesn't take very long. Now, the sausage gravy recipe can be found in my first cookbook. This is our favorite way to make sausage gravy. We are going to be using 1 pound of Jimmy Dean regular breakfast sausage. This is pork. We're going to cook this up, get it nice and brown and crumbly in a large skillet over medium-high heat. You want to make sure your sausage is flavored. All right, let's take our meat chopper and start breaking this up. Now, once I get this all browned up, I'm going to bring you back. All right, our sausage is all nice and brown and broken up into small pieces. We're going to reduce the heat on our burner to a medium-low, and we're going to add in 1/3 cup of all-purpose flour. All right, we're just going to take our spatula. We're going to blend the flour into our sausage. We're going to cook this down for 1 minute. That will cook out that raw flavor and taste from the flour. We're going to start pouring in about 3 to 4 cups of milk. You want to do it slowly. I'm going to do it at 1 cup at a time. We're going to start stirring it in. We want to make sure that our gravy is going to be nice and thick. I don't want to cool down the pan or the sausage by adding all the milk at once. So just do it a little at a time. All right, let's add another cup. We're going to add another cup. Now this is where we're going to start looking at it and then flavoring it before we add that last cup of milk. We're going to turn the heat back up a little bit, back to a medium high. We want to let this come to a small boil, and that'll really help thicken it up. Now you can flavor this with like some salt, some black pepper, sage, like some ground sage, which we're going to do right now. Let me go get it. And some black pepper. Salt. About 1/4 teaspoon. We'll give that a try. Just keep seasoning until you get to your desired flavor that you want of your sausage gravy. Definitely put in the black pepper. And then we're going to add in a little shake or two of ground sage. That's going to be really good. All right, you can see that it's coming to a boil. There wasn't a lot of grease in the pork sausage, as you could see when I was adding the flour to it. All right, that's looking good. We're going to keep stirring this. I'm going to add some more milk. About 1/2 cup at a time now. And this will thicken up when you turn off the heat and let it sit while you're making your eggs. It will thicken up. All right, this is where I'm going to leave it. I'm going to turn off the heat. And somebody is going to make some chocolate milk with that to eat with their biscuits and gravy. I'm sure of it. All right, let's go check our biscuits. Oh, look at those biscuits. They came out of the oven and they were so bubbly with butter and it drenched right into those biscuits. Look at that. What we're going to do, take a spatula where you made the cuts. We're going to go in, we're going to pull one out, put it on our plate, set this up. We're going to split that in half. Oh yeah, look at that biscuit, nice and fluffy. All right, we've got our sausage gravy. We're going to pour that right over the biscuits. Look how thick that is. Yeah, perfect for this rainy day that we're having today. All right, we've got some eggs for them. We're going to place that right on top, right here. Oh yeah, he's got a yolk to bust up in that. Right there. We're going to go in with a little bit of dry chive just to give it a little pop of color. That's our breakfast. What do y'all think? My butter swim biscuits, sausage gravy, and we got some eggs on top. Any way you want them. Oh yeah, I wrangled them in the kitchen.
It wasn't very hard.
It wasn't very hard. He was one step away. All right, he's going to give this a try.
Oh my God.
You can't beat that gravy. You saw how easy that was to make. Those biscuits, what do you think?
They're freaking good.
They're buttery, delicious, yumminess.
That is so good.
And then just pair this with your favorite eggs. Now there's 4 of us in the house, so I've got everybody making their own eggs because everybody likes them different.
Well, only 2 of us are going to be eating.
We're not waking up anybody else. It's pretty early.
They don't get none.
The storm got us up and we were like, oh, we need a really comforting breakfast for today.
Biscuits and gravy are for early risers.
Yep. All right, give us a thumbs up. These 2 recipes right here came out of my cookbooks. You can find them down below in the description box or go to catherinesplates.com. Go to the cookbook tab and you'll find them there.
The egg is
Ooh,
runny.
look at that egg. Oh yeah, that's how he likes them. I know how he likes his eggs. All right, we'll see y'all on the next episode.
Bye. Mm.